Hi, this is Casey with Prem Knits. I am working on my Wool and Honey sweater by Andrea Mowry, and I wanted to show you a technique that is making my life a lot easier now that I've finished the yoke. So you can see that this is a top-down sweater and the yoke ends right about here. So once I finish the yoke, I'm going to switch to garter stitch. So garter stitch in the round using a fingering weight yarn is going to take a long time for me as a knitter who doesn't technically love purling. So I'm going to show you on the back side of my sweater. You can see I'm at the beginning of my round. There's my marker, and you can see I'm one stitch away from the beginning of my round. Up to that point, you can see a very slight seam. And that's no big deal to me. I don't mind the way seams look. I think it's just a part of knitting. However, I dislike purling. I'm just that kind of a knitter. It takes a lot of time for me, and I'd prefer to knit the whole way across, just to speed up and just kind of get in a rhythm. So to do that, we are going to follow a technique where we avoid purling altogether. So what we do is essentially we get to the beginning of our round. As you can see, I'm at the stitch marker. I'm one stitch away. And what we're going to do is knit up to that stitch marker. And then we're going to slip that marker. And we're going to do kind of a wrap and turn to make sure that there's no hole that's created right there. So to do that, what we do is we take our right needle, slip that first stitch purlwise up off your needle, take the yarn, the working yarn, and wrap it around that needle and bring it to the front. Then with your left needle, you are going to slip that stitch back up and over to your left needle. And now we are ready to turn our work and start knitting, okay? So we're going to turn our work. So now we're going to be working on the back side, so the inside of our work. So you can see that this is the yoke, the inside of the yoke. And now what we're going to do is our working yarn is in the back already. And we're going to slip that marker and just kind of give it a little tug. Just kind of tighten that up a tiny bit. And then just start knitting. I'm an English style knitter, so hopefully you continental knitters can understand this. But essentially, you just do the same thing. You just knit all the way around until you get to that marker. Then you slip the marker, do the wrap and turn, and then go back the other direction. And that's it. I hope that makes your life a lot easier for those of you who don't love to purl. I don't mind purling as long as it's just kind of in a short section. I really did not mind purling all these sections, but you know, I'm coming to the body now and I'm ready to just get in a flow and start knitting. So hope you enjoy it. Happy knitting.